Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and in this video we're going to do a review which has been a long time coming. I wanted to get the gun right and the way I wanted it before I decided to do a review on it. Shooting review. Now cosmetically it's not going to be the same, but I just didn't like the stock on it, and I tried to put a band-aid on a problem that needed more than a band-aid by painting the original stock, and it just wasn't turning out the way I liked, and I just decided that we're going to take the stock off of the air rifle that I made and put it on this, and it worked out pretty good. Uh, I'll give you a First of all, let's have our Trump coffee. If you ain't got your Trump coffee, go get it. Pause the video. And I'll know if you didn't. So, here's the finished product. We got the new stock on it. And let's put this on safe because it is ready to fire. And we put our degassing groove in there, and I like these grooves. I was lucky I got one, but I made this piece up here on the front that you can still unscrew your bottle, so it actually clamps to the shroud, and that's basically all that's holding it on is the two stainless steel set screws that's in it. And it just says Bison G2 25 cal on the other side. And then I went and put this coating on it. I love this stuff, man. It makes a gun look really warm and inviting as far as I'm concerned. Now right now I've got the that big old monster, and this is going to change. I'm going to be putting another scope on this. I just had to get one for it because this in here, it's got several problems for me. Now it's not a problem for most people, but leave it to me to have a problem. It's just too big and heavy. That's number one. Number two, the eye relief is way back, and I'm not used to that. I like to be that far away from my scope, not that far. It does have its nice attributes. It's got locking turrets. I'm not sure I like the way they lock, but they do have locking turrets. They have a nut on them that locks them right here. And I want to bring this down a little bit further. This one here is the big tube, so I had to use this on it. So this is going to change. But other than that, we're going to do a review on this gauntlet. Everything on it is stock except for the stock. So we're going to just do a review on it and see what we're putting out of this thing. So I don't know what the what Umarex is saying that this thing is capable of doing. It don't really matter to me what they say. If it does the job, it doesn't matter, does it? So we'll get started on this and we'll show you the shooting. So I'll get the chronograph set up, and as usual, at the end I'll bring the target down here and let you see it. Alright guys, we've got everything set up and we're getting ready to shoot. First shot. $8.50. $8.44. Third shot. $8.47. $8.44. And that one you can't even see it. I mean, it just made one big hole. $8.48. Now what we're shooting is JSB Exact King Heavy Diablos, 33.95 grain, 25 cal. Pause your screen. And let me go get the target and we'll see what we got. Now, by God, I want you guys to look at this. I'm telling you, this is a shooter also. We're talking about 5/8 of an inch group. There's the Gauntlet 2. Yeah, this thing's a pretty good shooter. So now let's do the trigger pull test and see what we got for a trigger. Now this trigger is a nice trigger. I like that trigger. This is what the Injamin Sam it's got that straight one. That one should have this trigger. Alright, so well, I didn't hit the start button. Let's try that again. £2, 10 ounces, 10.9 ounces. £2, 11.6 ounces. £2.10 or 2 pounds, 10.3 ounces. It's not a bad trigger. However, this thing don't have no two-stage trigger. It's straight back until it goes off. So this one does not have a two-stage adjustable trigger, I don't believe. No. There is no two-stage on this. So now let's do our noise Alright, so now let's load this back up, because the noise or the suppressor in this thing ain't going to do nothing if you ain't got a pellet going through it. Alright. There ain't no way that was only 58. $83.7. Shot number 2. $84. $83.7. So sounds good to me. I do like this gun. I didn't like the stock, obviously, everybody knows that. So I had to change the stock. That's pretty damn good, man. When you can take 5 shots and make one big hole, that's a pretty good gun. At 30 yards, and yes, I could stretch it out to 50 yards, but I'm not going to. It's pointless. So it's just wasting pellets. And I don't have that many to spare. You guys are important, but not that important. Anyway, it's got a little bit of a cocking effort, and basically the best way to stop that, the best way to cock it is grab a hold of it. Yeah, it's a little long. I'm probably going to have to put some kind of a notch in there to keep that from hitting. But it's hitting the stock. But anyway, I just take 3 fingers and put my thumb here on the back, and that makes it pretty decent to load. Same hole. I'm telling you, this thing's a shooter. So if you want a gauntlet and you don't mind the stock, that's a minor issue. You can change stocks anytime you want. But it's a pretty decent gun for what it is. I think it's. I'll put the price of it right here in the description, or in the bottom of the screen here. But let's see, I got this from Pyramid Air, I believe. Most of my guns come from Pyramid Air and AEA. And it's a pretty good gun. Would I buy it again? I'd have to think about that. And it's not because of the way it shoots. It's a good shooter. But would I go through having to change the stock again? If you're fine with the stock, yes. Yes, absolutely I would buy this gun. But cosmetic means a lot to me. And if a gun doesn't look good, I really don't want no part of it. That's my main reason for most of my guns changing my stocks, is because I just don't like the original stock. So now I've got 3 original stocks laying around. I got the Avenger stock when I made my new stock for it right here. Then I've got the first gauntlet right here. And then now I've got this one. And then I took the stock off of my Challenger. So I've got actually 4 stocks. The stock on the Challenger, I sold it to a guy that needed a stock for his Challenger. But anyway, before we end this video, I don't think there's anything else to cover. I wanted to show a new item that I'm working on right now. Right now I'm in test mode. So I've already sent one of these to Pete at AEA. And basically we got a big old knob that says Bison S45 mag loader. It's got a slot in it for the cover, which is the plastic part, which will go in there and you can turn it, but it won't work on this one. Well, it will, but anyway, that's what it's for. It's so you can actually hold it and spin it to put your pellets in it. And then we made this part. This one here comes to you from Pete at AEA Northeast. It's his idea. And this here is for putting in your bolt slot to hold the bolt back. And it also says Bison S45 bolt holder. Somebody's going to think, damn, how's that hold a bolt? Threaded bolt. So then we have the Gauntlet 2 barrel band. Now this one here is just a test. This one was too thin, real thin. So I had to go back and redo it. And I liked mine actually to be thin, but I also want them to be strong too. So you got to kind of find that happy medium between it. I like mine thin. In fact, I'd like to have an invisible barrel band because they just make them look ugly. So I try to make them look as pretty as I can and as strong as I can without sacrificing. Now this one's going to be a pinch type with the bolt and the nut going through it because there is enough room between the barrel and the tank. But I can't use this barrel band, a normal barrel band, for the Gauntlet because I have the coating on it and I don't want to destroy my coating. But as you can see, do we really need a barrel band? And I've moved this thing around. I've lifted it by the barrel. I've leaned it in the gun cabinet. And yes, it doesn't look straight. It looks like it's drooping, but it's not. I think the tank's actually up in front. But who needs a barrel band when you're shooting like this? So apparently this one likes to be a floated barrel. So not all of them will, I'm sure. But anyway, that's my review on the Gauntlet. And I'll give you another look at it here. Now we're going to be changing the scope, like I said. It just so happens that I don't know how to change this. The gauge is right here. which is actually not a bad place. It'd be nice if it was just a hair more so I could be looking straight down on it while I've got it in the gun case or the gun vise filling it. But I've seen videos on how you adjust those things to relocate your gauge to read off the side, because when you have the original stock on it, you need it that way so you can see the gauge and get to the fill port. And they told me to loosen up the 2 Allen screws, set screws, and then spin it and then tighten them back up. Mine will not spin whatsoever. It's locked up. I don't know if it's something else, but I've never had any luck with that. Even with the original bottle that came with my Gauntlet 1, even it wouldn't turn. So any video I watched was basically useless. So, but I added the Picatinny rail to it, and this hole is just fine the way it is. And then I painted the aluminum spacer that holds it all together. And there's the Gauntlet 2, bison style. Some more bison porn here going on, man. Anyway, don't forget to have your Trump coffee, Trump/bison coffee. And you guys have a good one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Later. Before we go, looky what's up there. She was standing right there, and we do have babies running around. What you doing, girl? These are my pets. Oh, I'm sorry. Boy, he's the buck. He's the baby buck. Say hi, baby buck. He ain't paying no attention to me. Pretty cool, ain't it?